Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is a
Yeah, today is the 10th of May 2021 and the time now is 6:17 a.m. Well, today is a video review and the video is about learning language. And then we have a language expert whose name is Chris Lonsdale. So before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Yep, Eric, this is not the first videos we have to talk about the tips to learn a language.
mm,
Yeah, and then for this video, I think um, yeah this language expert also talk about things which is uh, different from the previous video that we watched before.
mm,
Yep, and then basically he offers 5 principles and 7 actions, which we can use to learn language, not necessarily English. Yep, and then so today we may discuss these 5 principles as well as these 7 actions to see which one we may start to do or to see which one we are already doing, and then how can we improve.
mm,
Yeah, so firstly talk about the principles. The first one is relevance. Yeah, for this one, I think for this one, basically we are uh, more or less we will stick on this principle. Um, we will use the words that is relevant uh, to our life because we have topics. So we will came across different things, different aspects, and then we may need all these relevant words. And then for those words which is maybe uncommon, and then basically we won't pay too much attention to it. Yeah, hello.
yeah,
Mm, yeah. So for relevance, I think uh, yeah, it's something that is okay. We are doing it. We are following this principle. And for the second one, to use English as a tool to communicate. Yeah, for this one, I think starting from the year 2020, I think is in March, and then we decided to have this daily conversation. I think that is the first step that we decided to use English, this language, to as a tool to communicate. Yeah, so this is also no problem, and maybe for this one, um, yeah, we may try to use this uh, more other than this conversation to communicate with other people. Yeah, if we have the chance. And then number three is to understand the message of a language. Yeah, for this one, yeah, there is new thing here. It says that sometimes uh, we maybe we never came across a specific word or vocab, and then it is very important to know to understand the meaning first. Yeah, and then he says that um, we need to understand the message, the um, even before we knowing the word. Yep. So for this one, it also says that many of the time we actually learn unconsciously. Yeah, um, so the understanding is important. Yep, maybe I think for this one we may link to the 7 actions. Okay, so I will discuss this later. And the fourth principle is speaking takes muscle. Yeah, and for this one, I think we have the reading session, and then we have the videos to learn the all those phonetic symbol, and then yeah, there are some uh, videos which we may have the opportunity to look at the how they pronounce, and then the mouth, the muscle, and yeah. So I think somehow we are at least having this reading session to learn how the muscle, and then yeah. Previously, I didn't uh, pay much attention to this, and after having known about this, uh, the importance of this, because this become one of the principle out of five. So I think I will pay more attention to uh, how they pronounce, and then look at their face, and also Chris also mentioned that if we are able to have a mirror, and then we can look at ourselves, and then maybe to look at other people also, like the YouTubers, some native speakers, when they are speaking, look at their uh, the mouth and the muscle around their face. Yeah, so I think this is a very good way um, to learn, especially in speaking part. And then number five, the fifth principle is psychological state. Yeah, the state here related to uh, the related to our emotion, attitude, and feeling. Uh, Along the way we speak English, we learn English. Yeah, the positive one here are confidence, uh, enjoy, relaxing, and then maybe curiosity. Yeah, so for this one, I think yeah, it's not easy. It's not difficult to do. It's not difficult to achieve, and yeah. Also, after knowing this, I think um, it makes me pay more attention to this. And also, he mentioned that um, don't rush, and then we need to have the correct attitude, so that I think for here, maybe if we have the correct attitude, and learning will become enjoyable. Yeah, and then you will keep have the uh, momentum to learn. Yep, so these are the five principles that's shown in the video. Yep, so do you want to talk about the principles, or shall I continue
Yeah,
with the
we can
7 actions?
mm,
Yeah, so let's go to the actions. The first one is listen a lot. And the speaker used the word brain stalking, and also he used the Chinese terms of 泡脑子. Yeah, and then yeah, for this one, firstly, to admit that I underestimate the usefulness and the effectiveness to listen. Yeah, of course, I know that I also mentioned before, uh, how do we get, uh, how do we learn the intonation, and then one of the way is listen more, listen to others, listen to the radio, and Yeah, so this is basically uh, how I learned the intonation of the English language. Yeah, it's all about listening, and actually it's also true that I didn't pay much attention to how the intonation looked like, and actually it's just something like subconsciously I managed to know how the words pronounce, but not 100%. Maybe there are also a couple of words that I will mispronounce. Yeah, but at least I think this one really I didn't pay a lot attention on it. So listen a lot is really uh, a very good way, at least to learn the intonation. Yeah, and also for here, listening also help us to gain the ability to learn the language because the speaker says that our brain will automatically screen out those unfamiliar uh, intonation or unfamiliar voices. Yeah, let's say if our mother tongue language is Chinese, is Mandarin, and other than Mandarin, our brain will help us to screen out the other languages. So to have a habit to listen every day, and then I think this is a way to help us to get used to this language, and our brain maybe one day won't screen out all these voices and will have the awareness to pay attention to other languages. Yep. So this is the first one to listen, and I think it's really important. And the second one, the second action is to uh, get the meaning first. Yeah, also this one, just now we also mentioned, which is the third principle. Yeah, to understand it, to get the meaning first. And here, the speaker also uh, say that body language is important. Yeah, and then also after he said that if we use maybe some books, uh, we may have some pictures or graph to refer to. So those are also important. Yep. And then the next one is start mixing. Yeah, for this one actually, it surprised me because previously I think to learn a language we need to learn the correct one before we mix it. Yeah, what I mean is uh, if we just started to mix the words that we have learned, and then maybe the words that we mix may not be the correct terms, may not be the common one that people will use. Yeah, but here he say that mixing is also a way to help us uh, to learn a language. So for this one, yeah, actually uh, I don't know. I somehow this is so different to my opinion before. Yep. And then the next one is focus on the core. For this one, which uh, mentioned that we need to learn the common words first, and then he also mentioned that 3,000 words will already cover 98% of the words in our daily conversations. And then yeah, for this one also I think we are doing it. Yes, it's quite okay. And then number five is the language parent. Yeah, for this one, language parents, I think it also referred to to an environment. And I think what we are doing right now is also uh, uh, the things that it mentioned in the point language parent. Yeah, and then we listen to each other's. Maybe sometimes we use the wrong terms, and then we will help each other to understand uh, what we want to talk about, and this also linked to uh, number two, the second action, to get the meaning first. Yeah, and then also after the conversation, we also try to find at least one, not many, the mistake, so we correct them. So I think this is uh, also something that good, and we are doing it. And the sixth action is to copy the face, and then this one also I already mentioned in the five principles. And the last one is uh, the direct connect. Yeah, for this one, yeah, I think it's somehow related to our memory techniques, right? To turn something we want to remember into pictures. And for this one, it is similar, but it is not the same. It is something like we need to use our five senses. Let's say if we learn, let's say, fire, maybe we may try to imagine the color of the fire, the image, and then maybe the feeling if you touch the fire, something like that. Yeah, and then um, yeah, really, actually, I tried this when I first watched the video, and then to learn new words. Yeah, really, if you try to involve five senses when remembering a new words, it is efficient, and it at least it is something that can help you to learn better and memorize better. Yep. So these are the five principles and actions. Uh, and which one do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about the mixing. I think the action
Mm,
3 and action 4 is quite similar. Yeah, because
mm,
a native speaker, what I mean is a native kid speakers. Yeah, so
mm,
maybe they just start to learn language. Yeah,
yeah.
they don't even know how to write. Okay,
Mm,
they just can speak English, but they are native,
mm,
and the vocab they can use is very limited,
mm,
but they probably can speak better than us.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, right.
So in the second video you show I mean in the second video you
Mm,
share,
yeah.
and um they they also include something quite similar, and they actually say uh mm, yeah, I suddenly forget what I want to say.
Oh,
mm,
is it the one that he said we may try to name the things beside us?
no.
Oh, okay.
mm. Yeah, never mind, just continue.
Mm. Yeah, so just now you mentioned number three, the third and fourth action, mixing and focus on the core. Yep, and I
mm.
think for this one, yeah, maybe really mixing is a way, and then at the same time we will also have the chance to watch the videos, listen to the native. So maybe at that
mm.
time we may correct the wrong one to the more common one, right?
mm.
Mm, yep. All right. So what's next?
Yeah. Uh. Okay. Yeah. There's one thing. There's one thing. I
Mm,
think what he shared is quite important.
okay.
Which is something that you need to name the object
Mm,
around you.
yeah.
And because if we look around, if we look around, like in our room or in
Mm,
our the place we are
yeah.
staying at, and
Mm,
then yeah, how many things we really can name them.
yeah.
Mm, in
Yeah.
English.
Mm,
Yeah, in Chinese, some of them we don't even able to name them.
yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. Exactly. Even in Chinese, some words which we sometimes don't know how to pronounce, to name them
properly.
correctly, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Mm,
So
yeah.
yeah, for English is also the same. For example, like around me, there's a plastic bag. Yeah,
Mm,
there's a cloth. There's a like a clothes racket or
mm,
clothes rat. Yeah,
yeah.
there is a 衣架. Yeah, and I don't know how to name them properly.
Yeah. Yeah. There are a lot, around us. Yeah,
Mm,
and for this one, because they are relevant, right?
mm,
Yeah, so I think is it also in line with the principle that he mentioned.
mm. Yeah. So how can you? Yeah, actually, I watched this video few years ago. Mm,
Oh,
yeah, like 3 or 4 years ago. But
mm,
I didn't apply this principle and this action in my life.
mm,
Mm, yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, do you have any suggestion how we can put all things in, not in our life, it's actually in our conversation.
yeah. Actually, I have an idea. It's something like, because we have the review session, and then we may include the name the things in that particular day, and we may not really need to spend a lot of time on that day. Let's say because we have the review session once every 2 weeks. So within these 2 weeks, maybe we may try to name the thing around us, and then maybe we have our own notebook, and then we record down, and then we learn it. And during the review session, maybe we may share what we have learned to others.
Mm, so you means we need to have something like regular
Yeah,
uh
to maybe to help to um, form this habit.
mm,
Yeah, but not we don't need 100. Yeah, within 2 weeks, maybe 5 or 10 also is very good, right?
mm,
We don't care about the speed, as long as it is we are learning new things.
mm. I'm not sure whether it's effective or not. Yeah, because
Mm,
this kind of thing, we can do it by our own. And if we
mm,
really want to make us to stick with this, we can carry out like the conversation. Mm, we can carry
okay.
out like the conversation, like name something around you. Okay,
Oh,
then
yeah.
yeah, then you can search some vocab. Yeah, you just look around and then you just to find like 100. Yeah, maybe in your room
Mm,
there are 30 or there are 40, there are 50 things. Yeah, you don't know. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, it's
so
good.
you can name it, and also the next time maybe you want, you can also like name something in your office. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
So
better. Yeah, it's better to mention out the particular place.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead
And
of
then
having the broad aspect, we try to narrow down.
yeah. So I think it will be better.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. And does it is it necessary? But I think it may not. Yeah, because this is something that you can do by your own.
Yeah. Also, yeah. But I think one point if we have this is that um, yeah, because when we learn by our own, and if we have the opportunity uh, to something like to name out the things that we learn and then kind of tell you what it is something like to the Freeman learning method, right? To to use it again, maybe let's say if we have conversation to talk about things in our office, and then let's say if you have 10 in your list and I also have 10 in my list, but we maybe we have different things in our list. So at that time, maybe we may exchange the information in our list, and I will try to explain what it is to you. And then at that time, uh, I wouldn't say it is totally um, uh, inefficient or ineffective.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It depends on you whether you want to include it in.
yeah, we can include. Mm, yeah, we definitely can include. Mm.
Mm,
But I just wonder whether there is better uh uh what I mean is whether we have something that is more important to do.
mm,
Yeah, it's not just like something that we can do by our own, and it's very easy for us to do. It just depends whether you want or not.
mm.
Mm. And
Yeah.
and yeah, and we can't like put everything uh that we may not be determined in this conversation.
Yeah.
We may not put all the things that that we want to do, and but we think we may not be determined in this conversation. For example, reading book,
Mm,
mm, like uh learn the pronunciation,
yeah.
okay, and like keep thinking, reflection, all that. And if you keep more and more thing in this conversation,
Mm,
I just wonder, uh, yeah, it's just mixing all the things. Yeah, this is not the mixing in the action tree. This is not start mixing. This is something like you start messing. Mm,
mm,
you're mixing a lot of things.
mm,
So yeah, if it's something that you can do by your own, just go for it.
okay. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, what I want to ask is there anything we can apply in our English conversation?
Yeah. Other than this, uh, yeah, it can be anything, right?
Mm.
Mm. Yeah. So let's look at this. For listening, I think yeah, also is something that we can do it by our own, right?
And
Like
if you
listening
want to test,
radio.
if
Mm,
you want to test how much listening you are you actually are doing, and you
mm,
can look at your YouTube YouTube account, and you try to see how many the recommendation is actually in English, is an English video, and how
mm.
many is like Chinese video. Then you can know, you can know, yeah, are you really spend a lot of time in listening English?
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is just an awareness.
Yeah. Correct. Right. Yeah, somehow I think yeah, we are doing quite quite well already.
Mm.
Yeah,
So,
and mm,
so okay, if let you choose, okay, we can change all our English English conversation features. Okay, change all our way of doing things
mm,
to this method or to other methods. Mm. Like we can put a lot of listening into our conversation. Mm.
okay.
Yeah, and maybe we can also get the meaning first. For example, after we listen, okay, we try to get the meaning about the vocab, the sentence, and then
Mm,
we also can start mixing. Yeah, how to use the vocab, and also we can start with the call. Like we try to search the first thousand uh the high frequency vocab or high frequency phrase. Okay,
mm,
and we start
yeah.
to learn from the top to down, and then we also can get yourself a language parents,
Mm,
and then we can also copy the face. Yeah, yeah, this is just about the video, or maybe we can also like watch the video and then we see their face.
mm,
Yeah, see the face of the native speaker, and also we can also like directly connect the word to your mental image. We can also search some vocab and then we try to search the picture. Yeah,
yeah.
by using Google Image, and all this I mean, if we change all our English conversation to this kind of practice, would your English speaking ability will increase?
Um, okay, firstly, it is not easy to include all of them into our conversation because
Yeah.
uh
Yeah. So how about if if okay, let's say we use the conversation. Yeah. We use the time uh that we have English conversation to replace. Yeah. So it's like replace a way of doing things.
mm,
Mm, to this
yeah,
kind. Yeah, to
okay.
this kind of way of doing things. Maybe
Mm,
you something you can do by your own, you can do by your own, and maybe something you need the interaction, you can have the interaction.
yeah.
Yeah, if we change this kind of way of doing things, would it really improve your English ability?
Um, yeah, I think yes, it will.
Mm.
Mm, it will. But we also at the same time we sacrifice some other things that we can learn by having the conversation, right?
Yeah, what I mean is, will it increase your English conversation ability? So, I doesn't mean that will you learn new thing? Of course, you will learn new thing. But what I mean is, will it increase your English conversation ability?
Um, I think yes, if we really stick to what you mentioned,
Mm,
it will
yeah,
be more effective than I am doing currently.
yeah, mm. Yeah, that's good. Mm,
Mm, yeah, but yeah, it's not necessary we have to move the things all together in our conversation. We can always do it by our own, right? During our free time, we still can get some uh, advice from Chris, so we can include them in our own learning journey.
mm, yeah. But if there is a better way, and if we are using the inefficient way,
Mm.
then why you want to spend time on an efficient way, and also maybe it is ineffective way?
Um, well, what do you mean here?
I mean, yeah, if something which is the ineffective method and
Mm.
you find a new and effective method,
Yeah.
why you want to stay with the ineffective method and also as well as the efficiency. Yeah.
Mm. Yep.
Mm,
Yeah, I agree with this. It's always better to learn and use the most effective method.
mm. Yeah. Uh, but there's one thing I uh I want to confirm for those people who apply this method, will they really speak really well, really fluent like us? Yeah. Maybe you think you are not speaking fluently, but actually there are more. Yeah, there are many people speak less fluently than you.
Okay.
Mm. And also, uh, how do you get this? Yeah, how do you get the ability to speak so fluently? Mm. Yeah, you didn't apply this principle, or you more or less apply
Mm.
some of them, and the action you didn't follow all of them, but you more or less you apply like one or two of them.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
And what I want to say is uh, that this principle is a long-term strategy for you to keep improving. Yeah, maybe your target is to become like native speakers.
Mm.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, or maybe my target is just I think I can speak fluently is enough. And I
Mm.
already can speak quite fluently. Mm,
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
and because in our field, this is something that uh relevant to us, and also this is something that we familiar to that, and we keep carrying out those conversation, those topic which is we don't really familiar to that.
Mm. Yeah.
So we kind of gain the resilience. So we kind of gain uh, the ability that we can adapt. We can
Mm.
adapt to different topic, different conversation topic, and then um, for those topic we not familiar, we also can can we can we may not speak so fluently. Yeah,
Mm.
for example, you may realize that in economics topic and
Yeah.
in investment topic, I can speak so fluently,
Mm. Yeah.
but not for other topic. Mm, yeah, this
Mm.
is not that fluently as other topic. Yeah, for example, we have like the religions. This is a topic that both of us can't really speak fluently.
Mm. Yes.
Because there are so many technical terms. Uh, uh, Not technical terms. I mean, there's so many unfamiliar vocab,
Mm.
and some of the vocab is really hard to find the translation.
Yeah.
Mm,
Also.
yeah. So, uh, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, this principle and this action is actually for you to start learn a new language. It is hardly applied for you to keep improving your English ability.
Mm.
This is my opinion, because if you look at all of them, if you look at all of the principle, like, and also the action, you need, for example, action 7, you need to make a connection, the
Mm.
word
Yeah.
to your mental image. We don't really have to do that already. And for example, the action 4, start with the core.
Mm.
And if you try to search the first 1,000 words. Yeah. Have you done this before we having this conversation? I actually did that, and then I found that most of the words, most of the vocab,
You
I
already
already
know.
familiar. Yeah, we already know.
Mm.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
yeah, but you know doesn't mean that you know how to use the vocab properly, how to
Yeah.
use the vocab well,
Mm.
and um, you say you want to get yourself a language parent, you get the non-native speakers they also don't know how to mix them, how to use the very, very simple vocab to form, to explain something complex. Yeah, native speakers can do that. They can just use like, they can just use the 3,000 words, 3,000 vocab to explain morally anything. But not for us. Yeah, and you may need to get yourself, really a language parent. Yeah, the real parent, a new parent. Yeah, or maybe get a native, get like let's say if you want to learn Americans English, and maybe you need to get a Caucasian, who live in United States or what.
Yeah, really.
So that you can like learn from them. Yeah, learn how they speak, how they use the very, very easy vocab to form a meaningful sentence.
Yep.
And you hardly you can you can hardly learn this ability we keep speaking with non-native speakers. I'm not sure whether it is important to you, but to me it is not that important, because I just need to ensure I can explain the thing and let them know that's okay. That's my principle. So I don't really need to care whether I can use a very simple vocab to explain something so that they can easy. And actually, if you try to use the simple vocab to explain something, it doesn't mean that it is easier. I mean, it doesn't mean that it can be it can be understood. So I mean, the level of understanding may not be that great. Yeah, because you didn't use the specific vocab to explain something. You require other people to think the meaning. I can give you some example. For example, let's say let's say a very easy one, and this one is we know. Yeah, this is something we know, but we can use, because we already know. But what I want you to focus is whether you know or don't know this, would it affect your English conversation ability? Okay, it's like, here you are. This is quote unquote, this is the sentence, here you are. So we know actually, like, we pass something to other people, here you are. But if we don't know, if we don't know the meaning, if we don't know the meaning, then but we can see, first we can see their action, and second, if we really don't know, if we really don't know, or maybe we don't know how to use, we don't know how to say, here you are, to pass something to other people. Okay, and then what will we say? What will we say? This is your thing. We'll say, this is something that you asked me to do. This is your pencil. Like this. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And this is just a very simple example. This is not the most appropriate example, but you can find, but you can try to find it. They have many short phrases that non-native speakers don't really know the meaning. And the native speaker know the meaning. Because maybe they have some cultural meaning, cultural reason. They have some background. So it really depends what you want to what you want to pursue.
Yeah, right.
Mm, yeah, and so if you want to keep learning English and you want to like speak like a native, and what you really need to do, I mean, if this is something that you rank very, very important, yeah, you want to speak like native, this rank is over than all other things. Okay, yeah, you think if you can speak English like native, and yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Even though other area you are not good at, yeah, you think it's okay. Yeah, I didn't say it's good or wrong. But if this is what you want to pursue, and you need to form a strategy for your pursuing, you need to, for example, you need to find natives and also speak with them. This is
Yeah.
how you can improve, how you can improve your English to become a native, to speak like native speakers. Yeah, it's really this is really easy logic. If you want to become a native speaker, how can you speak with how can you learn to become native speakers by talking with non-native speakers? It's very hard to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you really need to know what you want, or what you want to achieve, what you want to pursue. And you can try a lot of methods. Yeah. But yeah, but just like what I say just now, okay, you your English ability is actually quite fluent already. For non-native speakers, yeah, it's quite fluent already, and you can convey all you can convey the message, the information in your brain into English to expand and let other people know what you what you are thinking, what's your thought. That's okay. That's enough. So you really need to know what you want to pursue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, for me, if you want to say, yeah, will I try to keep learning English? Of course, yes. Yeah, we can still improve. But will I try like new methods? Will I try like a completely new method and then start from sketch? No way. Yeah, because I'm not start from zero, and also there is native speakers is not something uh it's not something I pursue.
Yeah.
Yeah, speak like non-native speakers, it doesn't cost you a penny. It won't hurt other people hearing ability.
Yeah. Right.
So it's okay. Yeah, this that's for me.
Yep.
So anything else?
Yeah, really, you mentioned a very important point. Uh, Really, what is our goal? What is our objective? Uh, and then to what level we want to achieve?
Yeah, to me, English still, yeah, still is a communications tool. Yeah, it's important. Yeah, it's important, but it is not something that you have to master.
Yep.
There are there are there are there are much more there are much more things you need to master.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all for our today conversation. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocab or grammar mistakes that we make, please also comment to let us know because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.